In this class, we're going to be focusing on a meditation to harness positive energy and send it out into the world. So I really hope you will join me over and over in watching this particular class so that we can send love and light out to especially the people of Ukraine and the surrounding areas, those who are suffering. Welcome to Gentle Restorative. My name is Sandra. Take a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and slow deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, both arms up. I want you to turn the palms outward. Take the arms back down on the exhale. Inhale, arms up. Turn the palms outward. Exhale down slowly. Do that one more time. Follow the pace of your breath. And then when you're ready, big inhale, take the arms up again. This time, bring the palms together. And exhale them home to your heart in prayer pose. Pausing here to set an intention for your practice. And pausing here to send some good energy out into the world. All right, when you're ready, release the arms. Let's take the fingertips to the earth. Sit up nice and tall. Draw the stomach in, make sure the shoulders are over the hips, not leaning forward. Lengthen through the back of the neck. So in this class, we're going to focus on becoming very present, very aware of our physical body on the mat, very aware of our energy body. We are going to be meditating. But first, I want to dive into the theme so you have a basis and a foundation on where the meditation is headed. So as you sit here, fingertips to the earth, take your focus to the fingertips and just notice, and you can move them around if you want. Notice what the ground feels like beneath your fingers. So my mat happens to be underneath mine because my mat's probably a different direction as yours. And it feels textured and rubbery. Maybe your fingers are on a hardwood floor, or maybe they're on a carpet. So just noticing, taking in details. The more details we take in, the more present we are, because the mind is focusing on that and it can't venture off somewhere else. You've heard me say that probably a million times. And then let's go ahead and inhale that right arm up. As that arm approaches the right ear, drop the shoulder back in. Take the left arm around behind the low back. Maybe the fingers end up over by the right hip. Maybe they don't. Find your length here. And then gentle side bend to the left. Don't go too far. I don't want you to fall over. And I don't want the right hip leaving the earth. Deepen the breath. And then slowly come back to center. Release the arms. Take the fingertips back out to the earth beside you. Close your eyes. Come up with a new adjective to describe what your fingertips feel. I'm going to go with the texture on my mat feels rough, sandpapery. And then inhale the left arm up. Once it gets to its destination, pop that shoulder back in. Right arm behind you. Lengthen with the breath. Exhale, side bend to the right. When you're ready, come back to center. Release the arms. Back to the earth. Give me one more adjective. My mat is reminding me of almost like pumice. And so the word porousy kind of popped into my head. I think I made that up, but that's okay. When you're ready, inhale both arms up, palms together. Exhale back to the heart, Anjali Mudra. So from here, we're going to scooch a little. Go ahead and take that right leg straight out in front of you. Left foot's tucked in. Janu Shirshasana. As always, pull that right hip back. It's not going to want to go there because it's easier to fold over the leg when the hip is forward. Front foot is flexed. Sit up nice and tall. If you want to, you can have a soft bend to that right leg. And then let's just slowly move and meander our way down. So it'll look different for each of us. Enjoy, embrace the movement. So today's theme is going to start off with talking about a Buddhist prophesied bodhisattva named Maitreya. Maitreya in Sanskrit means friendship. In some ancient texts, Maitreya is referred to as Ajita, and in Sanskrit that is referred or translates to invincible. The idea of Maitreya, while the name is from the Buddhist philosophy, does appear throughout theosophical practices in other cultures and religions. It might not have the same name, but the idea appears through many cultures, if that makes sense. So Maitreya is, as I said, I'm going to say it again, a prophesied bodhisattva. So let's recall that a bodhisattva is either striving for enlightenment or has become enlightened to stay here on earth and help mend the sorrow of the sentient beings. Maitreya is prophesied because he comes after the current Buddha. And so he's futuristic, right? It is said that Maitreya will come here to earth when humans pretty much are at the lowest of their low. Now, I was kind of thinking that's where we were. However, the more text you read on Maitreya, apparently things can be a lot worse. So Maitreya is not speculated to appear anytime soon. However, if you get on Google, one of our best friends, you'll find that probably from about the 600, the year 600 up to the current present year, there have been people in history and current people who claim to be an avatar of Maitreya. Be cautious that some of them are self-proclaimed as such. And unfortunately, some of those people also have some very scandalous situations surrounding them. A bodhisattva is here to listen to the sorrows of all humans on earth. Okay, well, I don't want to leave your right leg in sorrows because I know I've had you in this fold for a while. So slowly come back up. We'll switch legs and we'll continue to talk about this. Take your time switching. Don't forget to pull that left hip back. When you're ready, you'll sit up tall and then again, kind of a dance of the body, finding where you want to end up, loosening up the muscles, most likely the low back, hamstring. Deepening the breath. So while you're doing that, I have a quote here somewhere for you. Let me see. The coming of Maitreya will be characterized by a number of physical events. The oceans are predicted to decrease in size, allowing Maitreya to traverse them freely, at which point Maitreya will reintroduce true Dharma to the world, right? So Buddha teaches Dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word that means like ultimate truth, righteousness. Maitreya is said to appear on earth when all recollection of Dharma is gone, at which point he will reintroduce things like not killing, not lying, right? All of those truths, those morals that one would expect to correlate with the Dharma. His arrival will signify the end of the middle time viewed as a low point of human existence. This is where I'm like, oh, darn, this isn't happening anytime soon. According to ancient sutras, Maitreya Buddha will be born in a time when humans will live to an age of 80,000 years. So, of course, you can read into some of this as myth. You can take some of it as truth. You can correlate and compare how a prophecy might be in other religions and other cultures as well. But where I was kind of heading with this discussion on Maitreya is going to turn us into a discussion on meditation. So we'll get there. All right, go ahead and make your way back up. I want you to go ahead and plant both feet on the mat, hands in front of the knees, sit up nice and tall. Big inhale. Exhale, round this out to seated cat. Inhale, come on back up. So I stumbled across Maitreya because I was thinking about, well, what theme am I going to teach today? And I don't know. All of the empaths out there are going to get this. This whole Russia-Ukraine thing has me like completely empathetically stressed out. And if you watch TikTok, you'll see all the live videos that are coming out of the Ukraine that are just disgusting, heartbreaking, videos that are coming out of Russia that are heartbreaking. And I thought, well, for this morning, I just cannot sit on my yoga mat and teach a theme about, the vacuum cleaner that's been sitting in your room has a life lesson for you. I just cannot go there. It had to be something that I felt had an impact. And the only impact I could come up with was group meditation, right? And if you look up World Meditation Day and some of the experiments that have been done with group meditation, I'm hoping you'll be equally inspired by sitting together today collectively and sending positive energy to others, right? Okay, next time you're sitting up, let's get the hands behind. Let's come on down onto the forearms. We're going to find our anchored boat for a moment. So lift the heart, lift the shins parallel to the earth. You can either flex the feet if you want, or you can point through the ankles. I'll leave that up to you. Breathe. Make sure not to cave into the back. And I'm not looking for a huge arch in the back either. We're just trying to find the length there. Deepen the breath. All right, so I'm going to keep that left leg exactly where it is. Well, maybe not exactly, but close to it. I'm going to take the right heel, tap it down to the earth, come back up. Left heel, tap it to the earth, come back up. I want you to try to maintain the alignment that you have set as you continue to do this. If this is too hard, what you might do, I'm going to pause here if you want to put your feet down for a second, is take a block, put it underneath your back so that you're supported here and it doesn't feel like so much work to maintain the alignment. I'm good with that, especially since this is a general restorative class. And then go ahead and resume. If you don't have a block, you can crumple up a sweatshirt or a blanket. Squishmallows seem to be very popular right now. That would be perfect. All right. When you finish both sides equally, set the feet down, slide that prop out from underneath you, and let's come down to our backs and hug the knees into the heart. Rock it out. Okay, so here you might want your strap. If it's close by, grab it. If you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. I don't think I'm going to grab mine anyway, but if you have one, you might as well have it within reach. Depending on the space around you, you might want to scooch to the right edge of your mat so you have more room off to your left. If you're in a completely spacious room, you don't have to do that. All right, bring the knees back in. I'm going to keep my right shoulder on the ground as I drop my knees to the left. And here's where you might want your block or a pillow or a sweatshirt or something to catch the legs if they can't make it to the ground without the shoulder popping up, right? Breathe into the twist. We're just going to hang here for a few and then I'll tell you what you might do with that strap if you want to. All right, option A is stay right here. Option B, well, there's a kind of actually a few options. So let me just tell you where I'm headed. If you want to, you can straighten both legs out in front of you. Here's where you might want the strap. If both legs are not going to do that at the same time, you could get the strap around the right foot and work on stretching that leg out. At least then you have the strap to give you some added support in holding that leg up. If you're just doing the top leg and you don't have a strap, you can also get that foot resting on a block. So I leave that up to you. If you're doing one leg, both legs, or if you're keeping them both bent, totally fine. Right shoulder still on the earth. Breathe it out. All right, one more deep inhale. Cleansing exhale. If one or both legs are straight, go ahead, rebend. And then very slowly make your way onto your back. Reset your alignment. Hug the knees in. Deep breath and a loud exhale. All right, you stay right there. I need to switch directions. So again, if you are a little bit low on space, come to the left edge of your mat. And then keeping that left shoulder on the earth, we'll drop the knees over to the right, using props when you feel them to be necessary. So I want you to remember that the yoga poses are like the precursor to meditation. We don't just jump into meditation generally because the mind is not able to calm itself down that quickly. And so when we are doing movement first, we're distracting the mind, we're asking it to stay present, and it puts us in a better, calmer state to head into that meditation. So that's why we're moving, if you're wondering why we aren't just jumping in to that group meditation. And you can still be sending positive thoughts while you're here. And then decide what you want to do here. Do you want to hang right here, keeping both legs bent? Do you want to straighten out the top leg? Do you want to straighten out both? Do you want to use your strap? Do what's right for you. Keep that left shoulder down. Strong inhale. Cleansing exhale. And then let's go ahead and rebend one or both legs. Slowly make your way onto your back, resetting the alignment, and then hugging the knees into the heart. And from here, let's go ahead and lift up the head and shoulders. All right, setting the head, shoulders, and feet back down. Perhaps you're still on the left side of your mat, in which case I want you to roll to the center of your mat so you can come onto your stomach. And if you're in the middle of your mat, you're still rolling to your stomach, but you're gonna have to do a little wiggling to get centered, right? All right, so from here, we're just going to take the arms in front of us for a pillow, right ear down, and then open out that left leg so that the left leg's in gecko. Breathe into the hip opener. So while you're there, what I wanted to share with you was there was an experiment done in the early 80s during the Lebanon War. They wanted to, whoever did the experiment wanted to discover how group meditation would work. And so about 1,000 people in Jerusalem meditated on world peace on one particular day. And on that given day, what they documented was the war deaths in Lebanon decreased by over 75%, as well as crime decreased, traffic collisions, fires, and other destructive events on the day that the group meditated. Quantum physicist John Hagelin says, there's far more evidence that group meditation can turn off war like a light switch than that aspirin reduces headaches. It's a scientific fact. So I think it's pretty common to feel like we have no control. We can't do anything to create impact. And then we start thinking about seriously, like, what could I do? We can get together and meditate. And we can send positive energy rippling through the airwaves across the world. And that's what my intention is for us today. Give me a deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten out the left leg, turn the head to the other side, and take the right leg into gecko. So in the various Buddhist texts, it says that Maitreya is a teacher of meditative trance sadhana. Sadhana in Sanskrit means like spiritual practice. And so what that means for us is that Maitreya is reachable through meditation. What I find interesting when you're delving into what you might call mythology, or what you might call different deities from different cultures, or different gods from different cultures, I'm hoping that you can see that you can take what you resonate with and let go of the rest. If you feel like this is a prayer to a Buddhist bodhisattva that is not within the realm of your religion, you can change up in your head how we're sending out this meditation. Because truly all of us are responsible for putting out this energy. All right, give me another deep breath in. Let it go. Go ahead and straighten out that right leg. Let's bring the forehead to center. And then let's get the legs active. So really push through the legs. Feel the tops of the feet on the earth. Don't lock the knees, but give them a little activity there. And then go ahead and slide the hands back by the low ribs. I want to add some movement so we're ready to meditate together. So shoulders back and down, elbows in by the ribs. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. 3 more cobras. You decide if you're coming up further with each one, or if you want to stay nice and low. Connect the movement with the breath. That's what's going to keep us present. When you finish that last one, find your way to table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Big inhale. Exhale, come forward to plank. You can always put your knees down if you want to. Right back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. If it's too much on the shoulders, knees are on the earth. Exhale, dog. Stay in dog, feet next to each other. Float that, oop, I hit the wall. Float the left leg up behind you. 3-legged dog, keep the hips level. And then release that leg down, switch to the other leg. Set that foot back down, big inhale in dog. Exhale, as the knees come down, take them wide, push back into Balasana, child's pose. Stay for a few more breaths. Bear with me, a little bit more movement. Okay, come on back into table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step that right foot forward between the hands. We're finding a lunge here. You can rock this out if you want to. You can set that back knee down if you want to. Make it all about you, but let's try to lift the heart a little bit. If you want your blocks underneath your hands to come up a little bit higher, I'm all for that. Deepen the breath. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Left foot's coming forward, same thing on this side. Downward facing dog. Walk the hands backwards towards the feet. You'll end up standing in Uttanasana, forward fold. You know, and you might want to create a little vinyasa here with monkey pose, straightening out the spine, releasing down. The more movement we can connect with the breath, the more meditational the movement becomes. And that's where we're trying to head, right? All right. When you're ready, bend the knees, come on back down to the earth. All right, we're going to take a seated position. I'm kind of looking around. Oh, the dog took my blanket. Okay, that's where my yoga blanket is. So, a couple things here. If you have a wall behind you, scooch back. Might as well be comfortable while you're seated. If you have a yoga blanket, I want you to grab it and, should I steal it back from the dog? I think I should. Fold it longwise. So kind of like a long, skinny noodle. This is going to give you support if you don't have a wall to lean against. I don't see dog hair flying off of this thing. And then we can add some other elements before we get situated as well. So sometimes sitting in, Sukhasana is not super comfortable, especially if you don't, if sitting up at 90 degrees is kind of tough on the hips or for the back. We could sit on a block first. So if you have a block or on the edge of your bolster, that would be fine. And then what you can do with the blanket is take it around kind of right underneath the hips and tuck those edges under really tightly. And that's going to help give you some support sitting here. So I'm going to give you a moment to find that space for you. When you're ready, close your eyes. Take your focus to the breath. And so as we do that, if you want to elongate the breath right now, that's fine. As we head into settling into just meditating for a few, we're going to want to let go of the control over the breath and just let it be. But for right now, I think it's a good start to help bring us present, to really settle into the physical body. Backs of the hands are resting on the knees. That keeps the palms open and receptive. The way I visualize it is kind of it's receptive to sending out energy. as well as receiving it back. If you want to bring the hands into a mudra, you could connect the thumbs, the tips of the index fingers. The other 3 fingers are straight. And just starting to allow yourself to let go of physical heaviness. I just want you to settle into your space and try to turn within. Using the breath to stay present. We all meditate so differently. And we certainly do not have to set aside 20 minutes for meditation. If you have 5 minutes, that's great. Remember, meditation is not about clearing the mind. It's about a focused awareness. And right now, I'm trying to have you focus that awareness on the breath, staying present. Anytime you find your thoughts drifting away to something that's going to happen later today or something that's occurred in the past, the second you notice that, I want you to let that thought go like a cloud drifting across the sky, and bring your focus back to your breath, to my voice if I happen to be speaking, to sensation in the physical body. And then I want you to imagine that there is this beautiful orb above the crown chakra, this light, this energy. And let's make it, let's go with pink. Pink is a color of the heart chakra. I want you to notice that the more you focus on that energy, the stronger it seems to get. You can feel its vibration, maybe even a warmth to that energy. Maybe the color, the pink, gets stronger or brighter. Maybe you can kind of compare the pink color to like a rose quartz, right? Rose quartz is one of the master healing stones that works on balancing all of the chakras, but it's also a heart chakra stone. And that is the energy that I'm hoping that we can magnify together as a group and send to all of the people who are suffering. So breathing in that beautiful pink energy and letting it move down the crown chakra through your body. Take it slowly, feel it coming down through the back of the head, back of the neck. Breathing in this healing energy so that we have healing energy to offer. Allowing that beautiful pink vibration to come down through the shoulders, down along the spine, traveling through the chakras and along the nadis, into the hips, throughout the legs, down to the feet. And then I purposely skipped the arms for a moment. I want to come back there. So take your focus into the shoulders. Because remember, we left the palms open in this gesture of receiving. That is where I want this healing energy to culminate. So as you envision this pink energy drifting down through the arms, past the elbows, through the forearms, and past the wrists, I want you to feel it gathering in intensity in the palms of your hands. If you want to, you can envision 2 smaller orbs of this pink energy, one resting in each hand. And the more you focus on it, the stronger it becomes. And I want you to set the intention that we are sending this healing energy out into the world. Setting the intention that this energy finds those who need it. Calling upon Maitreya if that resonates in your heart. Calling upon whoever or whomever if that resonates in your heart. But ultimately sending love. Maybe you can picture sending this orb of energy through space, spreading its love and light. If you're really good at visualizing, maybe you can see that pink light traveling across the earth, moving its way into Europe, settling around the people who are suffering, who are sad, giving strength and optimism and hope. And as you do that, I'm going to be quiet for the next, I don't know how long. I'm going to intuitively feel, but I really want to be silent to offer us this opportunity to group this energy together. using the metta meditation, the loving kindness meditation, allowing my words to be yours. May you all be happy. May you all be healthy. May you all be peaceful. May you all be loved. And then taking that metta meditation to focus on ourselves, which is not in any way to be selfish. It's to build our own energy so that we are able to continue to put love out into the world. So may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be loved. Take a slow, deep breath in. Gently let that breath go. And then drop the chin down toward the collarbone, still keeping the eyes closed. Deepening the breath. Keep your eyes closed. As you inhale the arms up, lift the head as though the eyes were watching for the hands up above you. Bring the palms together and exhale them to your heart. And still keeping your eyes closed, I want to harness this energy. I want you to unwrap yourself from that blanket if you used it. I want you to straighten out the legs. Keep your eyes closed. If you're sitting on a prop and you want to come down off of it, you can do that without opening your eyes. Just want you to get blood moving through the legs again if they feel like they've fallen asleep. Rotating ankles, wiggling fingers. But keeping the eyes closed. Nothing to see here. I want you to imagine that this beautiful pink healing energy is encircling you. It's embracing you. You can feel its glow. And when you're ready, come back to any seated pose you'd like. Keep my legs straight. Deep inhale. Loud exhale. Pausing here. You feel like you still need to wiggle parts of the body. Go ahead. Then inhale the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together. Exhale to your heart. Om Matreya Maim, Om Matreya Maim, Om Matreya Maim, Om Matreya Maim, Om. Deep breath in. Loud exhale. The light in me bows to the light in you. And when I'm in that place in me, and you're in that place in you, then we become one. Namaste.